Hello everybody and welcome to Royalty in the Round, WrestleRoyalty.com's only video podcast. I'm Sir Mitch, that's Botch, that's Stray, and of course Queen Kendra Bunya live here with us. We're going to be discussing WrestleMania weekend, not just the grandest stage of them all. We're going to be talking about NXT TakeOver, might even spare a couple of minutes for WrestleCon, Impact versus Lucha Underground, and ROH Supercard if we have a bit of time. So let's just get started. Here we go. Hey guys, we've got a lot to get through today, so let's just get straight into it. I'm going to do a little bit about WrestleCon, ROH Supercard, all the cool stuff that happened there before we get into the meat potatoes of this show, WrestleMania, NXT TakeOver, and of course, big surprises of Raw and SmackDown. Now, Impact versus Lucha Underground show was a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys watched it, but it was actually much better than I thought it would be. You know, we made fun of Impact Wrestling for being on Twitch, but I think it's working for them. And there were a couple of surprises on that show. The main event with Austin Aries versus Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix was really good. And I can understand why they are now choosing to make that the main event of their next pay-per-view, now that Alberto Del Rio has buggered off again. Good riddance. But there was also a very surprising thing of the two most unstable people in the industry, Teddy Hart and Scott Steiner, actually formed a tag team on that show.
What?
I know.
Oh
yeah. You need if Impact ever replays the show, do yourself a favour, guys. Go see it. It was actually very good. See it just for Teddy Hart and Scott Steiner alone, going nuts and beating up referees. Okay,
That's
it was
crazy.
A lot of fun. ROH Supercard, a lot of cool stuff there. You know, we had the six-man tag ladder match between SoCal Uncensored, Chris Daniels, Scorpio Sky, and Kazarian versus the Young Bucks and Flip Gordon.
Ooh.
Really good match. A lot of fun. One thing you should check out ROH Supercard for is the Bully Ray heel turn. That was the best heel turn,
I've heard of
apart from Shinsuke Nakamura's, that I've seen in about a decade. Okay, that was really cool, very creative, and it touches on this thing that's in the industry lately about old guard and new generation always butting heads online. So check that out. The main event with Dalton Castle, Marty Scurll was really good as well. Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes was a little bit disappointing, if I'm being honest. It didn't live up to the hype, but that's just me. So, and that was the match I was most looking forward to the whole weekend, and it kind of disappointed. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. Okay, I've recapped WrestleCon and stuff outside WWE. I've made myself happy. I know you guys didn't want me to do it, but not you guys watching, but no, Botch, Queen, and especially Dre didn't want me to talk about it, but that's neither here nor there. So let's just get started with, NXT TakeOver. I know, Botch, you have a lot of thoughts on this show, so go right ahead. I'll let you go first.
I was under the assumption, and I already put this in the afterglow for the show, but I was under the impression that both shows would be equal. I thought finally we were going to get a Mania that was as good as TakeOver, or a TakeOver and a Mania that would be roughly the same. I was completely wrong, and it makes sense why I would be. I mean, Mania is constructed for the casuals. That's what it's there for. It's about pageantry. Mm-hmm. It makes sense that it wouldn't live up to the hype that we had in mind for it. NXT is for us, and it was amazing. Mm-hmm. I mean, by the time NXT was over, I was emotional. I mean, it was literally, and I never get that way with wrestling anymore. It's been years. But it was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. Ciampa and Gargano was the best wrestling match I've ever seen in my life. That's as good as it could possibly get unless somebody dies. It was fantastic. The ladder match was incredible. Like, it was just... when I was writing the afterglow, I couldn't even come up with words. I was having trouble with adjectives. It's not that long because you can't talk about it like that. It's like dancing about architecture. At some point, it's just so good you can't talk about it. It just was. It was absolutely phenomenal. Best pay-per-view I've ever seen in my life.
Wow, that's a bit cool.
Wow. That's a bit of approval right there.
Cool.
Just incredible.
Queen, what were your thoughts on NXT TakeOver? So,
I'm sorry, so you talked. I loved it.
Ray, I said Queen. You're not.
Go ahead.
Queen, go ahead. Go.
Okay. I actually have to say that I have not seen it. I was not able to watch NXT TakeOver live. Hang on. I was not able to watch it live because I was on the road. As everybody knows, I have been open and honest about this. And today was supposed to be my day to sit back and relax and watch the show. And I was playing Mom's Taxi today. So I drove my kids everywhere, and I have not seen it. I'm going to start it after we tape this, and by the time this airs, I'm sure I'll have seen it and been freaking out about it. But I am I'm so excited to see this. This is what has kept me going for the past couple days, this pay-per-view, because of what Botch has said about it.
Well, the only person left to ask is unfortunately Dre. So, what do you think of that?
I pretty much like everything about it. The women's title match was, I just don't think the chemistry's ever been there, between those two ladies, but that's, discussion for a different day. But I love Gargano and Ciampa. The finishing sequence was amazing. I thought Gargano was going to lose it. I thought he was, he was going to show remorse, and I thought he was going to get caught with something. But he played him the whole time. I loved it. I couldn't believe it. It was like, like Bob said, it was, the storytelling was great. That finishing sequence right there by itself was worth a 10. It was amazing. The ladder match, was what I expected it to be. It was great. I kind of figured Adam Cole or EC3 would go over, and that's, what happened. Makes a lot of sense. Can't complain about that. I would have liked to have seen Velveteen Dream, take it. But I have no complaints about it. It was a really, really good match, really well constructed. Everybody got their spots in. It told
Ricochet in that.
Yeah, Ricochet. Yeah, he was.
I was just about to say,
amazing. He was amazing.
Yes.
NXT, man, the roster is as good as it was. I want to say like 3 years ago, man, or maybe even better. It's really good. It's loaded. It is loaded.
Triple H has been top because he knew after WrestleMania he was going to get raided, so he's been topping up the roster for the last 3-4 months. So
yeah. NXT, man, they're just doing really good things. Triple H is doing some wonderful things down there, and hats off to him, man. He's a mastermind down there.
And Borash.
Arguably, I think Triple H can be called the best booker in wrestling right now.
The best who?
The best booker in wrestling.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you that, for sure.
Well, I mean, I've got no complaints about NXT TakeOver either. From start to finish, it was just the perfect wrestling show. I mean, it went a bit longer than most Impact pay-per-views. I mean, NXT pay-per-views. Like, NXT usually goes 2.5. This one went 3. I'm so glad it went 3 because they gave Gargano and Ciampa that extra time.
Yeah.
And holy cow, that match. I mean, there's been a lot of Match of the Year candidates this year from WWE, from New Japan, from Ring of Honor, from everywhere. I don't think anything's going to top that this year.
I don't either. It's everything I like in wrestling. It's why I became a fan of it so many years ago, because of that. That's what did it. Stuff like that.
It was just so good.
Did anybody else notice that Ciampa's face looked like Gargano's logo afterwards? Like exactly like his logo afterwards. Did you guys notice that? I thought that was funny and kind of symbolic. I don't know if that was the plan, but I thought it resembled each other.
It did. I agree with that.
Well, Ciampa's good with facial expressions. I'm sure he might have. He knows. He may, if he knew the camera was on, and think, oh, okay, let me give this a try. So, I mean, Ciampa's a bit like Ambrose. He's a wee bit different. He's a genius, but he's a wee bit different. So
yeah,
that's true.
In the Indies, he called himself the Sicilian psychopath, and that's not a far off name. So
no, not at all. Since he turned heel in NXT, that's exactly what he is. I mean, he plays the audience perfectly. His face is very Ambrose, the way he reacts, and that's not easy with all that facial hair. But he gets out there and he nails, and then gets in the ring, and he's even better.
Man, the heat that he got was incredible. It was amazing. It was amazing.
It was nuclear. Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah.
The people who say like there's no true heels anymore, that people just boo whoever the company is pushing the hardest. BS. Look at Ciampa. That is how you book a heel. That is how you get over as a heel.
Yeah.
So I never want to hear that complaint ever again. Thank you very much.
Because he's the one doing it.
Well, because they were so over as a tag team, and people resonated with that, man. And so when he broke that up, man, it was just like what the hell are you doing? It was heartbreaking.
It's literally as comparable as HBK and Marty Jannetty when the Rockers broken up, when Jannetty got thrown to the bub.
I agree.
It's that same.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so funny about a year or so ago when KO turned on Jericho. Both of them put out something on Twitter because I think they were living together at the time. They were roommates. And Gargano posted on Twitter because KO shoved Jericho into that TV screen. Gargano actually took the TV off the wall and said, "I'm not going to be put in the barbershop window," all that stuff as a joke on Twitter. Then 4 months later, Ciampa turned to them on an NXT TakeOver. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure at that point they didn't know that was the plan going ahead, but I just think it was so funny, ironic. Yeah, it's cool.